The border is closed. The border is secure.
New York Governor Kathy Hochul and 8 other Democratic governors signed a letter begging the federal government to lend more support to states and localities taking in migrants. New York City's burden is especially noteworthy. Since the spring of 2022, the city has taken in more than 170,000 migrants, and more are arriving every week, putting an enormous strain on local resources.
Basically, it was an act of desperation. We have been on the front lines dealing with this unprecedented crisis.
The negotiation didn't have a path to citizenship. It was entirely on their terms in order to get Ukraine funding, right?
Well, I mean, Chris, that's been a failed play for 20 years. So right. You are right that that has been the Democratic strategy for 30 years, maybe. And it has failed to deliver for the people we care about most, the undocumented Americans that are in this country.
The city of Chicago is teaming up with partners to make sure no migrants go hungry. The city, the Greater Chicago Food Depository, BJ's Market, and many other nonprofits have invested more than $18 million in black and brown businesses to feed the migrants.
Mayorkas has been doing a very competent and excellent job under trying circumstances.
Beds filling up fast at a new migrant shelter in Roxbury.
Yeah, it was only open just last week, and now leaders warn it's already nearing capacity.
Migrants rushing inside to beat the cold. Right now, call the Milnia Cats Rec Complex home. The newly opened migrant overflow shelter is already nearing its capacity of 400 people.
A family of 4 people, or they don't have a home, but you just give them some space, little bed, cardigan, something like that.
Governor Morris Healey's office telling me we continue to evaluate additional safety net sites.
Dedham, Wellesley, Brookline, cities and towns that have so much more resources than the city of Boston.
Boston City Councilwoman Julia Mejia thinks more migrants can be placed outside of Boston.
I think everybody needs to start opening up their doors because this is a shared responsibility.
When Colin and Jessica Stokes called the state to sign up to be a host family, it took less than an hour for the displaced migrants to be dropped off at their door.
I gotta get sheets on the bed. How many people are coming? Right. Where are they from? What ages? We really knew nothing.
The need is so clearly overwhelming.
The family of 4 who didn't want to go on camera had been sleeping at Logan Airport. The parents and 2 kids journeyed from Chile to Texas, then Massachusetts, and there are so many stories like it.
It boggles the mind that there are so many hundreds of those stories and those people who are in such a stressful, traumatic transition.
It comes as the state's newest emergency shelter in Roxbury reached its capacity of 400 people in a week. An office building in Boston Seaport could be the next site, but there are concerns.
Having a site with no running water, no showers, to me, would be a non-starter.
It is incredible to observe on the front lines how challenging it is.
The Stokes are getting a closer look at the state's migrant crisis than they ever imagined, and stress the need to fix it is greater than many of us know.
Just the dysfunction is really disheartening, and I know that really well-intentioned people are working as hard as they can. It's a state of emergency, but it is distressing to see the volume.
And Lisa, they spoke with us tonight to try to inspire other families to maybe sign up and help as well.
Good luck with that. With the president saying today that the border is not secure and Secretary Mayorkas saying under oath to Congress that it is.
Here's what I will say. Secretary Mayorkas has done everything that he can do and to deal with what's going on at the border and to deal with a broken immigration, to the point where he was part of this negotiation process that we saw the Senate go through. The president has confidence in the secretary, and I think that's what matters.
Have you ever had a direct conversation with Texas Governor Greg Abbott about his practice of busing migrants to your state?
No, I've not had the pleasure of speaking to him. All I know is it is a political move. He's using these individuals. These are human beings who are coming to our country, following the legal asylum process as it stands right now, and I believe should be amended, but they're following the law, and he's politicizing these people and trying to make sure that this turns into an issue against Democrats. But that is backfiring on him right now.
They're doing to Secretary Mayorkas is baseless, is shameful. That's not what the Americans want to see. Americans want to see Congress coming together in a bipartisan way, just like the Senate was able to do in coming forward with a bipartisan bill to deal with the border, to deal with an immigration issue that the president believes is so important.
You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
Another area where Biden is struggling to break through, immigration. A critical issue for voters. Our polling shows just 18% of Americans approve of Biden's handling of the issue.
There's a second thing in that black box, an unrelenting stream of immigration, nonstop. Folks like me who were Caucasian of European descent, for the first time in 2017, will be in an absolute minority in the United States of America. Absolute minority. Fewer than 50% of the people in America from then and on will be white European stock. That's not a bad thing.
The border is closed. The border is secure.